Welcome back. During the break, you may have been watching some of the announcements that were on the TV screen. Some very important things that are going on in our community, and we have Reverend Livingston and Reverend Beeman here to talk about them. They're two awesome pastors and terrific leaders here in our city, so I can't think of anyone better to come and talk about what's going on. So I appreciate you all coming down.
Thanks for having us, Trippy. We want to come and talk to you about some IMAC-sponsored initiatives.
Okay.
And specifically, today was a major kickoff in Newcastle County for something called Social Action Justice Sundays. That for the next 3 months, we're asking pastors and our various faith communities to talk about the church recapturing our heritage and lineage of speaking truth to power, and the fact that the church has always been one of the key places that spoke about the importance of the gospel as it relates to the oppressed community, and speaking justice to people in places of power, and connecting the fact that a lot of what's happening in our community regarding violence and social blight is connected to some of the racism that we've been experiencing throughout the years.
Okay. All right. And what is your plea to the churches, to the pastors?
Well, we're asking the pastors to, number one, to at least preach sermons around social justice.
Okay.
We're asking them also to in these 3 months at some point to take a love offering for IMAC to help us as we are preparing to do some hearings where we are grappling with the reality of racism in employment practices with state government. Reverend Livingston is going to talk about some hearings that we're going to be doing in Newcastle County. We're also doing hearings in upcoming months in Kent and Sussex. The governor sent out a letter here recently to all state employees that we have uncovered some issues of racism in state government, and we have printing costs and consulting costs and things of that nature, and so we're running a budget, and so we're asking churches to be kind and to think that to do what we're trying to do and accomplish what we're trying to accomplish without having these hearings, we have uncovered more than 20 incidences where people have come to us and have talked about incidents of racism on their job, and some egregious occasions that
state jobs, and they were all
state jobs.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Dating how far back, if you can remember? Like recently, or?
Well, I would think that if anyone has something to share within the last several years, even, they can come, not only something that may have happened within the last year or two, but if they have something that even goes back 3 or 4 years, because one of the things that has happened from what we've heard is that the kind of retaliation and discriminatory practices and those kinds of things have continued on for several years, and they're still there this year. Or they're still there in the present. One of the things is we're going to be having, and is connected, I think, to the Social Action Sundays, is we're going to have some hearings where we're inviting all those, anyone who works for the state government who feel like they've been discriminated against, or feel like that they have something that they want to share that's of a nature of discrimination, then they should come to our 3 locations in Newcastle County. We're having those this week. On the 28th, we will be at Ezine Fair Baptist Church. And then on the 29th, we will be at Dales United Methodist Church in Middletown.
Okay.
And then on the 30th, we'll be at Simpson United Methodist Church. And so if anyone wants to share any information about any practices of discrimination or that kind of thing, they can come to to either of these hearings.
Okay.
And also what they need to do is go online to Delaware or defaithinaction.org. defaithinaction.org, and they can sign up, or they can call the IMAC office, which is 777-1190. Again, that's 777-1190 if they want to sign up for either of those hearings.
If someone does have a concern, whether it's about themselves or something they know that may be going on that shouldn't be within the state, do they have to can they only report it at those hearings, or can they call you on the number and just talk to you one-on-one? I know some people may be hesitant to talk, and publicly talk about it in front of others. So what do you recommend around that?
Well, first of all, the hearings will be private.
Okay.
Okay, when they call and sign up, they won't be in the public.
Okay.
They will be individual and private.
Okay.
And if they don't want to do that, certainly they can leave a message, leave information, and we are going to do interviews. And in fact, at the hearings, I believe, we're going to also have rooms set up where people can come and do individual one-on-one conversations with people from IMAC and the NAACP.
Well, also one of the things I'd like to point out, and that's very important, what you've said, is that people are afraid of retaliatory kind of behavior. We've talked to the governor and told him about the kinds of things that are happening in the government, and the governor has sent out a letter to all the state employees saying that discrimination will not be tolerated, and that anyone who participates in these hearings, should not, in his administration, be retaliated against or fear sharing with the hearings.
Okay,
and so the governor has sent out that letter to state employees, and many people don't know it, but the state is the largest employer in the state of Delaware with 1,700 employees, and so it's really important that we get the message out that that in the state of Delaware, particularly with state employees, that discrimination cannot be tolerated.
And now I want to commend, as president of IMAC, and I'm sure I speak with the NAACP, I want to commend the governor for having a dialogue with us and sending out that letter, because it gives some encouragement to those state employees that his office stands behind this work,
Yes.
and that they can come and speak freely and not have to worry about what some of them have been talking to us about. We want the listening audience to know that we have been doing this work since February.
Okay.
And we've already been conducting some pre-interviews that led us to this point where we can say without any fear or compunction that there is indeed some racism in state government, a culture of racism in state government.
What about the county and the city employees? Are they on the agenda, or right now you're just pretty much focused on the state?
Right now, the state.
Okay, all right. Okay, you want to do a quick recap of what's going on and where and the
Well,
times
again,
and contact information?
the hearings. The hearings are from 6 to 9 starting on Tuesday, July 28th at Ezine Fair Baptist Church. On Wednesday, July 29th at Dales United Methodist Church in Middletown. And then on Thursday, at Simpson United Methodist Church. And of course, as I said, all of those hearings are from 6 to 9 on those nights.
And can you give us your number one more time?
Okay, if you want to register for the hearings, you should go to defaithinaction.org, no periods, DE or Delaware Faithinaction.org, or you can call the IMAC office, which is 777-1190. And of course, one of the things, this is being done in conjunction with the state NAACP. Okay. And so we have been having the hearings together, and we spoke to the governor together. We had a press conference together with the NAACP. So it's IMAC and the NAACP of Delaware.
Okay. And if I could just say real quick, Trippy, that we want you to call or to go online. That helps us with organizing stuff, and it helps us with our panel. But if you don't do that and you still just want to show up, show up, so that we can hear your story and get it before the panel.
Okay. All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank
man.
you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you having us.
All right. We're going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back with our funeral announcements.